The findings of a classified Senate hearing that was released are really shocking. Top U.S. officials are secretly preparing a comprehensive reform of the world financial system, which will gradually strengthen the U.S. dollar using a basket of assets, of which XRP is the main digital component, according to a transcript that insiders were able to obtain. This goes beyond gradual adoption. The current monetary system is being systematically replaced, and XRP is being positioned as the foundation of the next global reserve currency. The Senate Banking Committee document, which is classified, has blurred portions and redacted lines, but important statements are easily readable. Throughout, phrases like liquidity reserve, strategic asset allocation, and digital asset backbone are used. According to analysts who have seen the leak, these allusions are clearly related to XRP, indicating a planned change that may redefine global financial dominance. To be honest, the ramifications are astounding. The US dollar would essentially be partially backed by XRP if it were to take over as the main reserve asset. This implies that every dollar in use might be supported by digital assets, so stabilizing the currency and connecting it to a highly secure, programmable, and internationally liquid digital network. Market analysts have been doing a lot of math, and there is a lot of potential. A single XRP might theoretically reach $50,000 if its market value is compared to the total amount of US dollars in circulation. If this idea does work, that's a valuation backed by mathematical need rather than hype. It is impossible to exaggerate how urgent this is. The more you understand the plan, the more obvious it is that timing is, well, crucial. This leak is being actively repressed. Therefore, let's dissect it and truly address the core of this issue. The selection of XRP over other digital currencies for such a crucial position in the financial ecosystem is discussed by prominent crypto analysts, former banking regulators, and financial specialists. They frequently highlight its remarkable scalability and speed, which are, practically unrivaled in the cryptocurrency world, and make it a strong candidate for high-volume use. Additionally, as transparency and trust are crucial in international finance, regulatory compliance is a major concern for both governments and organizations. Furthermore, very few digital assets can even remotely match the potential to swiftly and safely settle trillions of dollars in value. Together, these elements make XRP the clear choice to serve as the foundation for a new reserve currency for the digital era, promoting international trade and financial stability. To provide some historical background, there have been multiple attempts in the past to back or replace the US dollar with other currencies or commodities. Anything from SDRs to gold. However, in contrast to the special qualities that XRP offers, all of those attempts failed. Imagine the full transformation of international commercial networks. Integration of XRP might simplify international payments, lessen dependency on correspondent banks, and, to be honest, bring new stability to currencies globally. Redacted passages from the Senate transcript are emphasized throughout the scene, making XRP's involvement clear. This gives off an unmistakable sense of sincerity that is impossible to ignore. The market prediction is repeatedly reaffirmed in the video, which also explains that the $50,000 per XRP figure isn't only hypothetical as adoption picks up speed. The fact that a limited quantity of digital assets successfully backs billions of dollars in US assets is essentially a direct result of supply and demand dynamics. Really, it's very fascinating. Viewers are directed through intricate sequential settings. These show how XRP could be used as a primary reserve by central banks, government organizations, and multinational enterprises. The benefits of security, transparency, and liquidity are highlighted. It's a thorough examination of how financial interactions may develop in the future. Counterpoints are also included in the script. To be honest, the story feels much more balanced and credible when critics, skeptics, and potential hazards are recognized and handled. As XRP becomes a key component of global reserves, the movie examines the geopolitical repercussions, illustrating how other countries would respond, how the dynamics of global trade would change, and how financial power might redistribute. In order to show how the digital asset might effectively absorb liquidity and stabilize reserves while still being programmable for regulatory control, Animations compare the US dollar, gold, and XRP. The urgency is emphasized frequently in the story. Viewers are positioned as the first to comprehend the scope of change before the mainstream media does. Therefore, this is a repressed leak, a historical moment playing out in real time. In order to graphically illustrate how the $50,000 per XRP estimate is in line with macroeconomic reality, there are expert interviews, animated infographics, and real-time calculations of how XRP-backed reserves could scale interwoven. A multi-layered, continuous story that keeps viewers interested is created by the script's constant looping between analysis, supporting data, forecasts, and real-world ramifications. By the conclusion, the audience has a thorough knowledge of how an XRP-backed system could eventually replace the US currency. The complex network of technological, political, and financial elements that have created the conditions for such a significant change is examined in this chapter. We examine the potential changes to the global monetary system and their implications for governments, corporations, and common citizens. It is impossible to exaggerate the Senate leak's historic significance. It is a turning point when private conversations and covert plans are exposed, exposing the full scope of the shift being contemplated at the highest echelons of authority. This would involve tremendous geopolitical, technological, and financial changes. Every illustration, professional opinion, and highlighted passage of text supports the main idea. With XRP at its center, the world is about to enter a new age in global finance. With its ability to link economies and provide safe, easy cross-border transactions, XRP is positioned to emerge as the digital foundation of global monetary stability. I sincerely appreciate you taking the time to listen to me today. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. Please give the video a thumbs up if you found it entertaining or useful, and remember to click the subscribe button to become a member of our community. Additionally, be sure to enable notifications so you may be the first to know when I post new information, advice, or changes. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. In the interim, look for yourself and continue your education.